Hey there, hi there, ho there, Chef Card. I'm welcome to another time travel tennis tournament. We are live from Paris. We're doing the French Open for the pre-war men. That's players from 1945 and before, like 1980s to 1945. Legendary players. You see people like Budge and Vines and Lacoste, and normally they wouldn't be playing in these tournaments because they won a weekly tournament. But because they've won Grand Slams, I mean, this is a Grand Slam by proxy, they will be allowed to compete in this one for prize money and for rating points. So Dunbudge, the 1 seed, Crawford, the 2 seed. Where's 3? I'll say everything. Oh, Cochet. So a lot of Frenchmen. There is 1 French, 2 French, 3 French, 4 French, 5 French, 6. So we have 6 Frenchmen competing. A lot of people. So anyway, Dunbudge, the 1 seed, went first, and it defeats Porgo in 3 sets. Well, 3 out of 5 sets. He will face Newsline of Germany, who beat Batterley in 3 straight sets. The 15 seed Richard Sears with the weird-looking glasses. Like they're not really in his head. Richard Sears with a 3-set win over Reg Doherty. And he will face Alonso, who beats Laurie Doherty. The Doherty brothers were in the same 4-man mini group, so Alonso will face Sears. Now, of course, I don't pick the matchups. I put them all in the seeding thing, but regardless. The 11 seed Ellsworth Vines, who was a good golf player too, beats Heath in 3 sets. And Hunt will move on to face Vines over Richards. 5 seed Renee the Classic getting French some help. Well, it beats Whitman quite easily, 3 out of 5 sets. Only 5 games lost. And he'll face McGrath, who actually had to win 9-7 in the 5th set against Garland to move on. So Aussie French. Cochet, the 3-seed, will now face Gobert. It's a battle of France, and it's Cochet who wins in 4 sets. Cochet will face Shimizu from Japan, who won Look young, look young, look young. 6-4, 6-4, 4-6, 6-4. So Shimizu will have to face Cochet next. The 14-seed Parker beats Williams in 3 sets. And it will be McLaughlin who beats Frosheim of Germany in 5 sets. A tough one, but yeah, McLaughlin with the big win. He'll face Parker. 12-seed McNeil. Don McNeil beats Johnston in 4 sets. And it will be Kingscote who beats Patterson. 3 of the 5 sets had to go to tiebreaks. Actually, Patterson was up 2 sets to none and choked it 6-3, 7-6, 6-4. So Kingscote with the win over McNeil. The 7-seed Bobby Riggs, you know him. He beats the Frenchman Barota in 3 sets, giving up lots of French hissing at Bobby Riggs. And Riggs will take on Park of Ireland, who won 4 sets over Hunter. So nice job, Bobby Riggs. You know him from the matchup, the Battle of the Sexes, 1973. The 2-seed Crawford beats Dwayne quite easily. And he'll face his fellow Australian O'Hara Wood, who beats Gore in 4 sets. Gore. The 16-seed Murray beats Brooks in 4 sets. And it will be Kozlov from Czechia who beat Norden of South Africa in 4 sets. So Kozlov will face Murray. The 9-seed Wilding from New Zealand beats Shields in 4 sets. And he will face Alexander, who beats Larnd in 4 sets. So Alexander beats Wilding. The 8-seed Fred Perry, the last British man to win a Grand Slam until Andy Murray did so, beats Quist quite easily. And he'll face Grant, not his fellow Brett Renshaw. It'll be Grant who will face Perry, the 4th-seed Dukakis, the 5th Frenchman to play. He beats Hopman 6-3, 6-1, 6-3. Hopman, the name synonymous with the Hopman Cup. That's the nation's tennis tournament for the mixed once. A man, a woman, and then a mixed doubles team. Beckus wins, and he'll face Hawks, who beats Anderson in 4 sets. So there were 3 Aussies, but the Frenchman sticks around. The 13th seed Van Krom beats Sato Son, Look Son, Go Nana, Look Me, Look each. 6-3, 5-7, 6-2, 6-1. And he'll face Henkel, his fellow German, who beat Slocum in 3 sets. So battle of Germany in the round of 32. There's Jake Roberts, the 10th seed. First seed to fall is Farmwich. He falls to Brunyan of France, making French people happy. 4 out of 6 French mood. And Brunyan will face Moon, who beats Bunny Austin in 3 sets. Bunny Austin went to Wimbledon in the 40s, but the semifinals, but couldn't do it. Bill Tilden, the 6th seed, beats Pim in 4 sets. And he'll face Peach, who beats Lowe, who made a peach of this match. But anyway, only 1 seed fell, and that was that. Well, anyway, Moon would face Brunyan. And we would make it a first match, but because of the fact that, it's a Frenchman, so there are 4 matches. So by order, it will be Brunyan, Dukakis, Lacoste, and Cochet. Budge beats Newslane in 3 sets. The Budge won in 3 sets, and Alonso faced Sears and beat Sears. So Alonso, a big win. So he'll face Budge in the next round in France. The 11th seed Ellsworth Fines beats Hunt in 4 sets. He's good. If Lacoste wins, he's got Fines in the next round. Cochet waiting for his opponent. He knows that, well, for those Parker beat McLaughlin in 4 sets. So the 14th seed Parker will move on. Is that Fred Parker? Frank Parker. Close enough. Anyway, the 12th seed McNeil beat Kingscote in straight sets. And it will be Briggs who beats Park. So Briggs will face McNeil, so nothing really changes. 2 seed Crawford beats O'Hara Wood in 3 sets. And Murray beats Kuzma quite easily. Only 4 games dropped. The 9 seed Wilding from New Zealand beats Alexander quite easily. And Perry beats Grant quite easily. So Perry will face Wilding. A lot of people. Dukakis will wait. And it will be Van Krom who beat Henkel. It took 5 sets. He was down 2 sets when Henkel was pulled off the upset. Tilden, the 6th seed, beats Peach with a 6-0 first set. So Tilden does his job. Brunyan versus Moon goes next. And Brunyan will fall to Moon in 3 straight sets. So Tilden will face Moon, not Brunyan. Dukakis, the 4th seed, will beat Hawks a little too easily, so he gets Van Krom in the next round. The Cust beat McGrath quite easily. He'll get Ellsworth Fines. And Crochet beats Shimizu quite easily, so he gets Parker. So only Moon and Alonso are the only unseeded players left. So kind of boring if you ask me. Alonso gets the first match and gets crushed by Don Budge 6-3, 6-2, 6-2. Moon pulls it off 6-2, 6-3, 7-5, but it was for Moon, not for Tilden. So Moon upsetting Tilden to move on to the quarterfinals. Unreal. How did he do that? Meanwhile, we have 3 Frenchmen. By order, it will be Dukakis, Lacoste, and Cochet. Briggs beats McNeil in 5 sets, so that was a tight match. Crawford beat Murray in 4 sets. Crawford will face Wilding, the Kiwi, so it's an Australia-New Zealand battle. Wilding beat Perry in 3 sets, so that's big. It's always big when Australia faces New Zealand in anything, especially rugby, and even cricket. Anyway, Dukakis, the 4th seed, will beat Van Krom in 4 sets, so he'll face Moon. So Australia and New Zealand have 3 of the 4 quarterfinals in the right-hand side of the bracket. Cust he finds in 4 sets. If he lost the third set, that's fine. So he gets Don Budge. And Cochet takes 4 sets to beat Parker, so he'll face Bobby Riggs. 3 French still in. Wilding Crawford goes first. And it will be Wilding putting the wild one on Crawford, winning 4 sets. So the Kiwis have a semifinalist. So Wilding doing his job. Dukakis goes next. And it will be Dukakis who beats Moon in 3 sets. So Dukakis will face Wilding in the semifinals. Wilding won a tournament, right? I think so. Yeah, I think he did. Yeah, Wilding did, and so did Dukakis, right? Yeah, Wilding and Dukakis won early on, so they both have a title. Cochet Riggs goes next. And it is Riggs with the big win over Cochet in 4 sets. So Cochet thought he could make France proud, but Bobby Riggs will get to the semifinals. Bobby Riggs. Lacoste. And Lacoste beats Don Budge in 4 sets. Budge won the second set, but Lacoste put on a pair of great sets, so Lacoste will now face Bobby Riggs in the semifinals. So France has 2 semifinalists, America and New Zealand have the other ones. So anyway, Dukakis trying to win for his home country, and it will be not. Wilding pulls a rabbit out of his hat. The 9th seed is in the final. Wilding, of all people, from New Zealand. Lacoste trying to give France some big viewing numbers. The answer is not happening as Riggs pulls it. Lacoste was up 2 sets to 1, but Bobby Riggs wins the next 2. So Riggs will face Wilding for the final. They both have won an event. So bad news. Let's see. Wilding beat Shields in 4 sets. Riggs beat Peralta in 3 sets. So Bobby Riggs will face Wilding. Bobby Riggs, 3 sets spark. McNeil took him to 5. Cochet took him to 4. Lacoste took him to 5. So Riggs has had a few tough matches. Wilding had 4 of them. Alexander 3, Perry 3, Crawford 4, Dukakis 3. So Wilding hasn't had to go to a 5th set. So he might be okay. Riggs has beaten Wilding at least once. So number 7 versus number 9, if you will, both with a title. Riggs lost to New Zealand in the US Pro Indoor. Went to the final in Memphis, lost to Renshaw after beating Richard Topman, Northern Patterson. Then in Delray Beach, got to the final against Don Budge after beating Shimizu, Hawks, Bromwich, Brooks, and Wilding. While Wilding, the semifinal at Delray Beach was the one matchup they hooked up in, and then he beat Don Budge. They move on. He's taken out 3 of the 6 Frenchmen. Peralta, Cochet, Lacoste. Also Park and McNeil, so Peralta. So he knows how to piss off the French. Tony Wilding, week 1 lost to Frank Shields. Week 2 lost to Gerald Patterson. Went to the semis of Delray Beach, losing to Bobby Riggs after beating Lacoste. Went to Houston, lost to Norman Brooks. Went to the final of Rotterdam, beat Alexander Sato, Lacoste, and Dukakis. Big win for him. And then beat Frank Hunter in the final. And then the French Open is the first tournament in a while. He's beaten Shields, Alexander, Perry, Crawford, Dukakis. So he's had 3 top 10 guys in a row. So he knows how to beat these guys. Probably.
Quiet plays Wilding to serve. First game. Play.
Who shall win?
15 love. Out. 13 love. Out. Thirty 15. 30 all. 40 30. Cheers. Advantage Riggs. Game Rigs. First game.
Out.
Love 15. Love 30.
Out.
15 30.
Out.
30 all. 40 30. Game Rigs. Rigs leads 2 games to love first set. Love 15. 15 all. 30 15. 40 15. Game Wilding. Rigs leads 2 games to 1 first set.
Out.
Love 15. 15 all. 30 15. 40 15.
Out.
Game Rigs. Rigs leads 3 games to 1 first set.
Out.
15 love.
Out.
30 love. 40 love.
Out.
Game Wilding. Rigs leads 3 games to 2 first set.
Out. Out.
15 love. 30 love. 30 15.
Out.
40 15. Game Rigs. Rigs leads 4 games to 2 first set. Fifteen love.
Out.
30 love. 40 love. 40 15. Out. 40, 30. Deuce. Advantage, rigs. Deuce. Advantage, wilding. Game, wilding. Rigs leads 4 games to 3. First set. $15 love. Out. 30 love. Out. 40 love. Out. 40, 15. Game, rigs. Rigs leads 5 games to 3. First set. Out. Out. 15 love. 15 all. $15, 30. $15, 40. 30, 40. Deuce. Advantage, rigs. Game and first set, rigs. 6 games to 3.
Let's go for rigs. Alright. How many rigs wins the tournament? 3 sets to 1. So Wilding thought he could have it, but Riggs called him off. Wilding was trying all that big 5s, but Bobby Riggs beats the 5s and will now take second place behind Budge in the rankings. Crawford third. McNeil number 11. Parker, Sears, Austin, McLaughlin, and Barota. 11, 12, 15, 17, 18, 20. London Championships. Sears hasn't won. Murray's. Well, then who's Austin? And McLaughlin, Barota. McNeil will jump up. Alright, so McNeil will jump up to 3. Trying to find Brits who have won. Gregory hasn't won. And Kingscote Doherty. Lowell hasn't won. Adderley hasn't won. Moore hasn't won. Hardley hasn't won. Barrett hasn't won. Lots of Brits. And it will be Moon and Queest, who will also join the London tournament. Lots of British. There are 9 Brits in this tournament, including the 1 seed Bunny Austin. The one pairing has 3, one has 1, one has 3, one has 2. Yeah. The Barota group only has 1 Brit, whereas 2 of the sub pairings have 3 Brits. It should be 2, 2, 2, 2, but only one with 3. Move like batting late moon. I wish you could move, change that around or something like that. But no, you can't. So everyone knows this will be a first heavy tournament. We'll see if any of the 7 foreigners can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Anyway, I'm dropped down and I do.